I still stand by my decision not to register. Why?
Why not register? I'm not going to register.
I haven't registered. I'm not going to register. I'm not going to register.
Officially, the phone companies began to suspend prepaid mobile lines that were not linked to the CURP and an official ID. The first stage of this measure applied to numbers ending in 0, whose users had until August 15th to complete the process. In addition, there was a 72-hour extension. Once this period ended, the companies began to suspend around 3 million lines that did not complete the process. As a result, the affected users lost access to calls, SMS messages, and mobile data. However, despite all of the above, some users continue to refuse registration and say they would rather lose their number than give up their personal information. One of them was the user Dr. Loritz RZ, who stated that her Telcel line has already been blocked. However, her phone continues to work normally when connected to a Wi-Fi network. In this situation, the user said she will not complete the registration and shared some alternatives to stay connected. One way to stay connected is to get a portable Wi-Fi device to have internet access without relying on mobile data. She also mentioned other options, such as using a separate mobile data card or a foreign SIM card. She even recommended taking some precautions with apps that use your phone number as a security mechanism. In that sense, she suggested setting up email as the recovery or verification method instead of your cell phone number.
Well, since I still stand by my decision not to register, right now, one of the options available is to buy a little device that emits a Wi-Fi signal. They're portable and super small.
The other option is to buy a mobile data card.
And another option that some people have tried is that if you have the possibility to get a foreign SIM card or number so you don't have to depend on this new registration requirement in Mexico, well, that's also something you can do.
Another user who reported losing his line was the content creator Ignacio Gonzalez. He explained that he decided not to link it because he believes the government already has enough personal data from citizens, and giving them one more seems unnecessary to him, especially given the history of information leaks. For this reason, Gonzalez believes that this measure ends up affecting the freedom of Mexicans in the name of greater security and control.
Why not register? I'm not going to register because, look, it's clear the government doesn't like me. Number 2, no Mexicans should have to give the government more data than they already have. They already have our biometrics, our iris, our face, and they still want us to go register on another portal so they can steal our information more easily and make it even easier for our data to be sold on internet sites. Because this has already happened, and it happens very often in Mexico. All that information gets leaked because the government seems like it doesn't know how to hire good cybersecurity specialists, and the only thing that happens is that your data ends up being used.
Similarly, another citizen reported restrictions on her service. This is the case of user Daniela GGM, who confirmed that her phone line ending in 0 was suspended. She explained that true to her stance of not providing personal information unless it is strictly necessary, she decided not to link her phone number. Although the suspension left her unable to make traditional calls or send text messages, she also found a positive aspect in the measure. As she said, she stopped receiving calls from banks and spam messages.
My number ends in 0, and clearly, if I've always gone against the grain in my life, this won't be the exception. I haven't registered, I'm not going to register, unless I'm absolutely forced to do so. I'm not going to register. I'm going to stand firm on not registering, clearly, and that's it. Nothing more. I'm cut off, I don't get calls from spam numbers or from the bank.
So, while some users have decided to accept the loss of their line rather than provide the data, others have chosen to complete the process. In different states, long lines were reported to carry out the procedure, while the customer service centers of the main telephone companies were overwhelmed. So far, 71 million lines have already been linked. What are you going to do? Are you going to register your line? Or do you prefer to lose your number rather than give your personal information? Tell us your opinion in the comments. And if you like this video, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell.